Hi, I'm QDC. What we're about to build today is French light tank R35, and this is a 1/35th scale. So this is part of the French resistance diorama that I'm making. And so what is the French resistance? The French resistance, as it implies, talks about the German occupation of France and the people who tried to resist the German occupation. So during the Second World War, when Germany did occupy France, General de Gaulle had to flee France and go into the United Kingdom. And from there, he tried his best to actually have the French resist the Germans by having weekly radio broadcasts, and also he printed out a lot of propaganda materials for the French to read. And so, when the Germans did occupy France, they set up basically a puppet government called the Vichy, and the Vichy had done their best trying to encourage the French people to accept German occupation. They wanted them to see them as their friends, to accept the soldiers who were there in France, and slowly the French started to resist. Now, the history of the French resistance is quite complicated, but I just want to really just focus your attention onto the famous one, which they call themselves the Maquis. The Maquis is a military resistance towards the Germans, and they were very, very successful in doing reconnaissance and also sabotage. One of the most famous things that they've done was during the D-Day invasions. They slowed down the Germans repulsing of the D-Day invasions by slowing down railway, doing a lot of sabotage, and so it slowed them down quite considerably. And so they were recognized for their huge contribution during the D-Day invasion. So why did I choose this particular tank for the French resistance diorama? Well, when I was looking for a tank, I had to choose this because this is a French tank. But at the same time, I did some research about this tank. This tank is a direct replacement of the World War I FT-17 tank. And the French had basically wanted a more contemporary version of that FT tank for the 1930s. And so this tank was just a better equivalent of that tank, and it had a very, very weak engine, about 80 something horsepower. I saw a video of this tank in operation, and it could barely go over a mound. It was that weak of an engine. And the visibility inside this tank was very, very poor. So I thought of a great idea. What happens if the Maquis was able to disable this tank, blinded the driver, and ram it into a building, and then they would actually capture the soldiers inside this tank? So that's what I'm going to do for my diorama. So let's go ahead and start building this kit right now. Let's take a look inside this box. We have the turret and parts of the undercarriage, tracks and suspension system, a figure, decal, history and paint guide, and the instruction sheet. We built the model kit, and now it's time for me to show you what I think about this kit so far. Take a look. This is the completed model kit before painting, and Tamiya has produced another excellent example of a good model kit for all skill levels to build. This model is a joy to build. I especially like making the tracks. That was easy, and the only hard part for me was to build the gun barrel. That was the hardest part. So this is a joy for me to build, and I'm sure that the beginner, even down to the expert, would love to build this kit, because for the beginner you could build it and it will still look pretty good, and for the expert, when you build this, it's going to be an easy build and it's highly detailed. You can't go wrong with this kit. Highly recommended. It's time for me to paint the model. Okay, so now before we actually start painting the model tank, I want to divert your attention and actually start building the diorama first. So the first part of actually me building diorama is to actually build this particular kit for the Italeri house corner, and then after that we're going to build the figure set from Masterbox Maki, and also we'll build one figure from this set from Masterbox called Accident. So let's go ahead and start building these kits right now.
They call you Lady Luck, but there is room for doubt. At times you have a very unladylike way of running out. You're on this date with me. The pickings have been lush. And yet before this evening is over, you might give me the brush. You might forget your manners. You might refuse to stay. And so the best that I can do is pray. be a lady tonight. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck if you've ever been a lady to begin with. Luck be a lady tonight. Luck let a gentleman see how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Luck be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escort. It isn't fair. It isn't nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. Let's keep this party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the fella you came in with. Luck be a lady tonight. Let a gentleman see just how nice a dame you can be. I know the way you've treated other guys you've been with. Hey, luck be a lady with me. A lady doesn't leave her escorts. It isn't fair, and it's not nice. A lady doesn't wander all over the room and blow on some other guy's dice. So let's keep the party polite. Never get out of my sight. Stick with me, baby, I'm the guy that you came in with. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady. Luck be a lady.
It's time for me to paint the model, so my first step is to give it a coat of primer. It's time for me to paint the main color. the tank is all ready, and so it's now time for me to continue on with building the diorama. Okay, so we built the model kit, we painted it, we weathered it, and we even made a diorama out of it. So now it's time for me to show you the entire model kit from the beginning to the end. Take a look. This is the completed diorama after completing everything, and I like this diorama a lot. The tank is well painted and weathered along with the building, and the figures are so well painted that when I look at it, it does tell a story about the French Resistance. They somehow blinded the driver of the tank, it rammed into the building, and now they're capturing these two soldiers. So this is a nice storytelling diorama. I like it a lot. That completes the model project. What you're about to see is a video slideshow of the entire model diorama. But before I go, as always, just because I put this video here on YouTube, it doesn't make me a model kit expert. I am not an expert, I'm just a regular guy just like you. In this slideshow, you're going to hear a famous song for the French Resistance. And the name of this song is called La Chant des Partisans, or the Song of the Liberators. I'm QDC, and thanks for watching. Au revoir. Au revoir, everyone.
Ami, entends-tu le vol noir des corbeaux sur nos plaines? Ami, entends-tu ces cris sourds du pays qu'on enchaîne? Ohé, partisans, ouvriers et paysans, c'est l'alarme. Ce soir, l'ennemi connaîtra le prix du sang et des larmes. Montez de la mine, descendez des collines, camarades. Sortez de la paille les fusils, la mitraille, les grenades. Oh, et les tueurs à la balle et au couteau, tuez vite. Oh, et saboteur, attention à ton fardeau, dynamite. C'est nous qui brisons les barreaux des prisons pour nos frères. La haine à nos trousses et la faim qui nous pousse la misère. Il y a des pays où les gens au creux des lits font des rêves. Ici, nous vois-tu, nous on marche et nous on tue, nous on crève. Ici, chacun sait ce qu'il veut, ce qu'il fait quand il passe. Ami, si tu tombes, un ami sort de l'ombre à ta place. Demain, du sang noir séchera au grand soleil sur les routes. Chantez, compagnons, dans la nuit, la liberté nous écoute. Ami, entends-tu les cris sourds du pays qu'on enchaîne? Ami, entends-tu le vol noir des corbeaux sur nos plaines?